Standing Strong is something I'm currently building. It's a place where we learn to stand strong within body, mind, and spirit, and we learn to let go of those relationships that make ourselves bitter, which keeps us in a prison and drains our energy so we cannot live fully in the way we are meant to. The things that I'm working on currently are you could say, I wouldn't really call it having something in my eye. I wouldn't call it a webinar or a class, but more sessions of perspectives that teaches the holistic part of the nervous system and the natural rhythm of the body that I haven't really seen anyone do in the way that my experiences are. So I'm doing one here in Danish and I'm doing one in English because I'm from Denmark. And these sessions, perspectives, if you will, are going to be holistic, in accordance with the laws of nature, our biology, where these mental illnesses like the ADD and the ADHD, the bipolar, a lot of these diagnoses are adaptive, unconscious strategic behaviors the body is creating in order to feel some sort of safety. It's about learning that we can anchor safely down into the body and get our contact back to the thing that can navigate us into the destination that is meant for us as the people we are. But we don't trust anything because we learned that regardless of how good we do something, it's never enough. We are never enough. And therefore we are restless and we don't know where to put ourselves and where to put our feet. Therefore we lack roots. We lack a sense of belonging. And that belonging can only come to us when we choose to anchor into the space we're fully present at, in all of the flaws, in all of its chaos. We can only anchor down when we humble ourselves back to the reality of where we stand. And we are not in this fantasy land that creates and deeply produces anxiety that our nervous systems cannot handle. And we are also sensitive to our surroundings because people also drain us to some point. And we have not learned how to protect ourselves. We have not learned to anchor within our bodies. Mostly of what I see that is wrong with people who are diagnosed with ADD or ADHD is that they lack contact with their emotions and their body, but they're completely fine otherwise. They're actually very gifted people who are somehow made ill when in fact they are the people who can actually save the world. And that is what is so twisted about the society that we live in. It's so twisted in the way that it bends the good to make it seem wrong. Like the way they're portraying Michael Jackson, or the way they portray Jesus, the way we portray everything that's truthful and good in this life is somehow twisted into the favor of people who don't have this sense of good in them. Where I don't understand why we don't want to heal. I don't understand why we want to keep the lie alive that will never become the truth, that will never become the healing, that will never become the essence of what it means to be human and alive and living in accordance with nature. The other thing that I'm going to make in Standing Strong is how to forgive the ones that you cannot forgive. And it seems impossible because it's work you need to put in there. For me, it took me, it took me about 2 years to fully anchor into the forgiveness that I longed for with my parent. But I did it, and it's possible to do so. It's possible to do these things. It's not something that is impossible. And when we let go of this resentment, this bitterness that unconsciously is always with us, we get our life back. And this is what it's about in Standing Strong. Finding yourself anchored with your body, with the navigational system you are born with the emotions you are born with the guidance that you're born with. Everything is here for a reason, and you are a part of an eternal ecosystem that doesn't know how to end. It only knows how to transform and live and transform and live and give and take and give and take. It never ends, but the human mind cannot comprehend that. But that is the truth. That is the life we're living on this planet, and it's even more magical than what people want to believe. It's not this box. You keep yourself in the box because that's the most safe thing. But it's just not the reality of how life is functioning. It's that rhythmic, gradual progress of building mental and physical and spiritual capacity in the vessel that you have been given right now. And currently, I'm almost done with the Danish version, and I will be doing the English version. So there's something to look forward to there, and I'm just updating here each evening and looking forward to see whatever might happen.